Yo, we should be live. What up, bro gamer? How is it going? Doing all the trails in Johnson Valley today. I don't really know how many there are because they're kind of both in between the crawl trails section when you go into the map. So there's a bunch here, but then also you've got all these crawl events here. So quite a bit. I think to begin with though, we're just gonna go ahead and we'll start off with the crawl events, I think. So let's go ahead, we'll quick travel over there. All right. So for this one, it's the Desert Thrash, and it says to use the hopper. I'm assuming this one isn't much of a crawl trail, honestly. This one's probably more of just like get to the point. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually skip this one. So that's not necessarily what we're looking for. I mean, we could do like an Ultra 4 maybe. Yeah, maybe we should try that. All right, we're gonna load up our vehicles here, see what we got going on. There we go. I'm gonna try this truck here. I believe this is an Ultra 4 vehicle. So we'll go ahead and replace that. We're gonna have to wait a little bit while the textures load in. But yeah, this is a phenomenal mod here. I wonder. Okay, looks like it does actually have some. Oh no, maybe not. I don't know if it has damage or not modeled into it, but either way, most of the textures are loaded. You can see some of them in there aren't, but either way, I think this should actually, we'll just go ahead and do it. So I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna do all the crawling trails. So let's go ahead and use the player vehicle. I know there's very occasionally some of those missions. I'm gonna turn down the music real quick, but very occasionally there's some of those missions that don't let you select the player vehicle. So if it does do that, I might skip it, but yeah, this isn't much of like a crawling trail, I would say. So we'll go ahead and load in real quick, make sure I got everything in order. There we go. Oh. It does have the gates though. Ooh. Yeah, some of the thicker shrubbery has collisions, so it's actually very hard to send it, you know. Again, yeah, this isn't quite a crawling trail, but you can see this being, you know, okay to test maybe for Baja type trucks. Maybe you wanted to see if you can get there or not in this truck. People are very loud though. Oh. Well. Go ahead and just flip our vehicle over. I don't want to necessarily restart that. It's hard to talk with how loud this engine is though. Bring it down just a touch. Alright. So that's so loud. That seems kind of cheeky, but I mean, I could just. Oh wait, okay. You actually have to keep it on the dunes for this part. Again, an Ultra 4 vehicle shouldn't have any issues with this. You know, it's not like a straight Baja. Well, as I say that. Okay, it looks like this mod in particular actually does not. Well, it does have a little bit of damage. Can't necessarily tell. Got some penalty points though. Again, I'm not too worried about this one, to be honest. Crash into one of those poles. So we can get some of these points off by going to the gate. There we go. Oh wait, that was just the end. Alright. Yeah, not really a crawling trail, honestly. So we're just gonna continue here. I'm curious though. I want to crash into something. I want to see if this mod actually has like damage to it. Okay, so you can definitely break the wheels. Oh, it came off. Something else came off. Oh, that was interesting, but yeah. Can't tell. Obviously, it seems like the main components. So let's just crash into a wall here. Kinda. I mean, Ultra 4 trucks are basically just a giant roll cage with some body panels, so seems fine to me. But either way, let's find the next little crawl trail that we can go ahead and do. And hopefully it is actually more of a... Yeah, because like the marker collection ones, like the forging for fuels, you know, not really a crawl trail, but it is crawl based. Gonna go do this rinky-dink one. This one I'm pretty sure is more of, I guess, probably an easy crawl trail, but yeah, it's actually like a trail. So we're gonna use something that's not like ridiculously crazy, you know. Just trying to figure out what that should be. Maybe we could do, just do like just like this default 83 Ford Ranger. I think that's the way to go. And then we'll just drive it kind of how you would drive it in real life. Like, I'm not gonna lock the diffs or anything right away, because I mean, this thing is still pretty capable for, you know, a stock truck. Let's see what kind of flex does this thing have. Yeah, well, there we go. Yeah, I mean, still a very capable truck. All right. So now we can go to our player vehicle. There we go. So again, this should be like more of just like kind of like a scale, well, not scale, but just like a, you know, trail truck driving. I was thinking scale truck as in like RC, you know, like a scale trail truck, but kind of what we're going for. I mean, even I guess in real life, you'd probably put this down into low 4 as soon as you got onto the trail, so I feel like that would be more kind of realistic. But again, this is not necessarily about like doing the challenge of the crawl trails per se. This is more, we're going through all the trails because I want to basically make a list and rate them based off of like their quality, I guess, and what they would be good for. Oh yeah, we don't even need the diffs locked yet. This thing is just incredibly capable. But yeah, I think this is probably the perfect trail to test out, like maybe stock to moderately upgraded or something. Alright, should be coming to the end here. There we go. Yeah, easy trail, but again, this is more of what we're looking for. because I think this would be perfect for more of like the stock truck kind of thing. Honestly, even this was like just too built. So maybe if we come up to another like similar thing, I'll try to do more of like a vanilla type vehicle. But let's see what we got for our next crawl trail here. Ridgeway Rider. Oh, this one's got us in the hopper. I think okay, because these aren't, you know. Ooh, I do have a, let's try the van. I have two off-road vans. Obviously, one being the normal, like, vanilla off-road van. The second one has some mods on it, so it has, like, you know, solid axle, that type of stuff. What does the ESC have for this? Regular or off? Okay. Let's see how this thing can do. I'm gonna do the player vehicle. I mean, because this van very pretty close to that hopper with that flex. Again, yeah, this is just kind of seeing the quality of the trail itself. So this looks like another like good maybe stock. Oh, I'm gonna put that down into low 4 though. So yeah, this would be like maybe like a Sprinter van kind of build or something that you could take off-road, but again, not like fully built. Later, I again do have a van that has solid axle and everything, so it's got quite the capability to it. Okay. Now this is where actually might get a little sketchy. Okay. Actually gonna have to like think about our line. We got 17 of these. Okay. Got like 4 more to go. Van's a little long for that. To be honest, I'm not gonna try too hard as far as like keeping it undamaged, because again, this isn't really what we're going for. I'm just kind of observing the quality of the trail, seeing kind of what the trail would be good for, whether it's like super extreme technical and you should use a 4-wheel steer buggy, or you know, something where like this van would be fine on it. That's kind of more what we're looking at. But honestly, this van's pretty nice. And even just like some slight mods to this would make it a little more capable, like maybe a bumper that doesn't hang down as low. Take off the side step type, whatever those are called. I don't know. I think they're side steps. I don't know. But yeah, this van is actually quite nice. And depending on how you're watching, if you're watching like the normal landscape orientation, then you'll be able to notice off on the left there, I have that little box, which is actually tire thermals and wear, but created specifically for crawling and off-roading. To be honest, actually, I think this should be probably on the dot. I think that's more like civilian type tires now that I think about it. I could be wrong on that. Yeah, there we go. I say this thing has like a lot of grip. Okay. Yeah, this was actually probably not a great idea to bring the van. Deer Slayer 14, what's up? How's your day so far? Yeah, maybe you should have picked the other van. The secret crawler sleeper van. Off-Road Nation, this is BeamNG. Currently, I am using just vanilla mods, or I mean, no mods, it's just vanilla. So on Johnson Valley at the moment, and this is a default van, but we've got some crazy crawlers and stuff lined up for some of these more technical type trails. But so far, this one we are probably gonna make in the van. Not the best choice, but this is a pretty good trail for sure. I would say maybe if we brought the Ford on this one, then maybe the van on the last one. This is BeamNG. Alright, there we go. Make it through there. Again, this van doesn't have locking diffs or anything like that, so I think just having it in low 4 with the traction control should be okay. Let's see, how technical is this about to get though? We might have to send it. Okay. Just got this last gate to hit. Again, this isn't too bad so far. We could probably make this van a little better with just a couple of little tweaks here and there, like take off that hitch and whatnot. Alright, there we go. Trail complete. How long did that take? 6 minutes. That was kind of a long one for the van, but with something a little more capable, like that would be a really good trail. Let's go ahead and we're gonna start here. We're gonna go on and decide what vehicle we should use. That's not what I want. There we go. So out of scale. So this one we will quick travel. Now I'm gonna use the van. We're gonna use the secret van because this one looks a little more technical. Ooh, there's actually a few trails here, but this one's the free roam one, so we'll hit it later. But yeah, okay. So out of scale though is the one we're doing. Now this is the secret. Unfortunately, you can't get this game on Xbox, Deer Slayer, but this is the oh, here we go. Yeah, there's the van. This is the secret van. Here we go. The delivery crawl. So this one's, again, a like custom built. So as you can see, took off the trailer hitch there. We've got some much bigger tires on there. Solid axle all around. Like, look at the flex of this thing. Like, look at that. That's crazy for a van. And then even better in the back here. Let's see if I can show it off. It's kind of hard to see. Oh, there you go. You see that shock there? You got the like cantilever type suspension, which is pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna start up this out of scale climb. So once you do with this Stambeco, so I'm assuming obviously the challenge comes from using the vehicle. So we're gonna just go ahead and try it with the van, because we have tons of vehicles to go through. I totally forgot to switch it to the van. I do want to give it a quick go as far as the let's just see, maybe we can use the van later, but this thing's quiet. That's only 5 checkpoints. Yeah, let's just try it with this. I've never really driven. Oh, I'm gonna actually, we're gonna go, yeah, on dot. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely like a technical crawl, and then the challenge comes from the vehicle itself. You know, we might as well just continue on with this vehicle. I might use the van for a different one because I could just see the van kind of breaking with some of these parts. It's, you know, wide and whatnot. But see, this thing is actually pretty sick. Again, I have not really driven it all that much. I think we just wedged it into something though. Oh, it's like high centered almost. There we go. Yeah. Looks like it gets kind of high centered easy though. You gotta be careful of that. Alright, are we high centered again? Yes, that's exactly what happened. There we go. Luckily this thing's pretty small, so you can kind of avoid some of that. But this part right here actually looks fairly technical. When in doubt, throttle out. I'm gonna back it up just a touch though. There we go. How's our tires doing? Honestly, they haven't really heated up much at all. Because there's that little multiplier, so once your tires start to heat up, it'll give you a grip multiplier. Oh, it's doing it now. There we go. 1.08 times the grip level for the temperature the tire's at right now for that bottom one. Even though I just realized this only tracks 4. There's 5. I mean, I don't know why I said 5. Sorry, I was focusing trying not to flip there, but there's 6 tires and it only tracks 4, so I don't know why I would do that. Curious to hear your thoughts on my latest post. What was your latest post? I didn't happen to see it. And where did you post it? Where am I? Which way do we need to go? Okay. Alright, we're gonna just keep the momentum up. Maybe even shift into second here. Yeah. Did we seriously just roll right there? probably bring it back over, right? Okay, whatever. We're just gonna flip it up, right? How do we do that again? Go. That's annoying. Right at the end. Oh well. Okay. There's the end of that. That trail was a really fun trail. Obviously, it's, you know, the difficulty comes from using this vehicle, but that is honestly a pretty technical trail there. Probably with any vehicle. So we're gonna continue here. And we'll go to the map. Alright, so we got Bootlegger's Revenge. So I do kind of remember this one. I'm gonna do the van because I said I would. Yeah, delivery. There we go. So now for this one, we'll switch it over to the player vehicle. And hopefully this shouldn't be an issue. So we've got, we'll throw it in the low right off the bat. So again, this is quite the service van here. To be honest, I feel like I should probably take the ladders and stuff off. I kind of like it for just the aesthetic though. But less weight up high would always be better, so. Oh, there we go. Not too bad. And those side steps are gone. So that way we don't have to worry about too much of the hang up that comes with those. Now again, this van right here is like an actual crawler pretty much, so. Got a touch of clipping in the front, but it's not that big of a deal. Just a touch. See, like, look at that flex. What? And that's a van. That's crazy. This one, we should probably pick up the pace just a touch. Not that it's super long, but we're not even halfway through. And this isn't like particularly technical up here. Really where I feel like I need to be careful is the length and then getting it like wedged in between rocks, kind of like there, but that's why I went to the right a little bit. Okay, so no, the exhaust we have basically ripped off. Feel like that. Honestly, yeah, I should look into that. Maybe like different exhaust option, or maybe just straight pipe it or something. Ooh. So it's starting to get a little more technical. What are we stuck on? Are we high centered? Yeah, kinda actually. This is kind of where the length is more of a downside. There we go. Did we lose the muffler yet? No, not quite. Definitely broke the door a little bit. Yeah, this section actually has been kind of brutal. And we're just now like getting to the halfway point. Yeah, this is some very technical crawling here. Like this is almost four-wheel steer buggy kind of level. I mean, I know the default is the pig, right? I believe it was, and I know that's why it's like a challenge with that vehicle, because I don't know. The pig is an incredibly capable truck, but like this van's pretty nutty too. It's just, yeah, it's really kind of too big. Am I still even going the right way? I think so. I think I need to go to the left. How are our tires doing? Starting to heat up a touch. There we go. Now you can see. Again, if you're in landscape, off to the left, that box there, that shows like the 1 times, the 1.06 times, that type of stuff. That is a tire thermal mod that's designed specifically for crawling. I feel like I'm not even going the right way anymore. Let's see, how do I back up the camera? Really don't think I'm going the right way anymore. I'm gonna... Oh yeah, the checkpoint was up there. Ooh, we almost just rolled. Okay, let's see. What are our options here? So we covered and we're back. Wait. I feel like it recovered us kind of the wrong way. Yeah, we gotta turn around. Get some penalty points for this, but that's alright. This is gonna be like an 11-point turn. There we go. Yeah, we were supposed to just go straight. Not straight. You're supposed to go right, actually. Okay. That makes more sense. I was like, dang, that's a pretty vertical like climb and really rocky too. I guess we could have gone up that way. That's technical though. Alright. This one we should have grabbed a more technical crawler. I will say this van's gonna make it though. Whoa, okay. Maybe I spoke too soon. Alright, there we go. Okay. Maybe just that line is not the line. Okay, there we go. That's alright. Losing both doors is fine. Much better line. There we go. Got a lot of grip in the tires. At least that rear right one. Okay. We got 2 left. See, this is where I guess we should kind of pick our own line. Okay, luckily we can just kind of coast our way down here. I'm gonna lose a bit of temperature in our tires though, but that's fine. And we're getting swayed back and forth quite a bit. I also really don't want to roll forwards. Ow, just almost happened. One of those sections where I want to make sure to hit it somewhat decently because we could easily roll on that. Go make it nice. Man, this is a crazy trail. This one's like way more technical than the other one. Should be the end right there. Oh man, now that is a gnarly trail. That was a good one though. It was long, not as long as the long crawl from last week, but man, reset our vehicle, but lost both the doors, lost the bumper. I mean, maybe the bumper should come off just for better approach angle, but oh well. Okay, here we go. So Van der Waals Vertigo. So this one, I'm assuming is supposed to be very technical. So we are gonna load into, trying to think, I could do, I know, we'll do the crawler variant of, where did it go? This DW Ultra Bump, here we go. This one's off the repository. So we're gonna go with the crawler variant. See how this does. Actually, I'm wondering if we should, maybe we should use the hopper. I've never really used the gecko much, to be honest, in any of the videos, so maybe we should. I think I'm gonna go for it. Alright. Got it in high gear. This thing's got massive tires too. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pop it into low though. I feel like it's already kind of struggling to touch. This one hopefully shouldn't have much issue with the getting beached. Pretty decent center of gravity. I feel like they should have those angled skid plates, kind of like the micro crawlers. There's a better like breakover angle. Whoa, okay. Wow, don't roll. We're gonna come up to the left here, maybe. Okay, this is interesting. I need to go faster. There we go. Really didn't want to roll there. Shift it into third, keep our momentum up. Oh! Not a great way to smack the vehicle, but that's alright. There we go, bump it on over there. Okay, we're starting to get real technical again. And I keep wishing I like four-wheel steer buggies. Bring it back down to first gear. There we go. Honestly, this thing is pretty sick. Is this the Gecko, I think? What the variant's called? Put it back in second. Yeah, this thing is sick, actually. Maybe I was doubting the Gecko. Ooh, okay. I think the DW one would have actually been really hard when it came to this trail. Yeah, I'm gonna slowly does it. To another pretty technical part here. Just a couple more left, almost at the end. Just like, just a little high center. I was seeing if we could just get enough grip to get us out of that, but whatever. Back it up a touch. Didn't even get a point, it looks like, for that. Again, almost towards the end. Man, these trails just get so technical towards the end. It seems like these rock pits here, like four-wheel steer is kind of what you would want to navigate them, but like, yeah, thinking about trying to do this with the van, that's some wild stuff right there. Obviously, we are going a little quick, but man, that's a good trail. That one's fun. The hopper, or I guess the Gecko, works really well for that. But let's see, how far are we along with these trails? So the Desert Thrash, I mean, that one's just go through the desert. I'm not really gonna do that, to be honest. Again, the freeform mountain crawl, that's not really a trail, that's more of just a crawl event. So I'm thinking we'll do this hard rocker. Now with this one, I'm not, again, we'll do like the crawler variant of this, since I said I was going to. All right, hard rocker, there we go. Let's do player vehicle. All right, there we go. sip of water real quick. Riley, this is BeamNG. I'm on the Johnson Valley map, a vanilla map. This mod, this truck I'm running is on the repository that you can download for free. But yeah, BeamNG is one of the greatest games ever. Let me get this water real quick. Alright. There we go. Again, this crawler might be a little too capable for this trail, but again, this is going by the quality of the trail, not like the actual challenge of like what it has to offer per se. It wants me to use the MD series, but yeah, no, this is more just me. I want to test the trail itself. And so far, yeah, not too much an issue, but again, this thing is pretty capable. But honestly, this trail even like, you know, like I don't think the D series would make this or anything. Haven't even locked the disc yet though. Ghost, this my day's going pretty swell. How about yours? Just trying to finish up all these trails, but this might take a while. There's quite a few of them. Trying to avoid hitting some of these rocks. Like we got a good amount of power to get us going. Right. There we go. Time to lock the diffs. I don't think we need to put it in low though. Yeah, BeamNG is only on PC, unfortunately, but it kind of makes sense because I mean this game is kind of designed around the community and mods, and it's hard to kind of do that when it comes to console. Plus, it's very demanding. Like this, BeamNG is one of the most like demanding games I have. Towards the end. Again, this one's actually a pretty good trail, not very long, but would be much longer, obviously, using the MD series or like something that's less capable. Oh, we just have to make it to the end there. Okay. I don't want to do anything stupid right at the end. Actually kind of nice to have the I mean it's kind of an Ultra 4 still, even though this is the crawler variant, but that way we can get our speed up and make it right back to the end. Just a little loop there. Nice. We're at 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, not bad at all. But what up, Crimson 25? Let's see, I think that might be the last of those crawl trails. Let's double check real quick though. Yeah, so these two we're gonna skip because that's not what we're looking for, but that marks all of the ones that are not part of the free roam crawl trails. So yeah, now it's on to the free roam ones, excuse me. Let's go ahead with Maelstrom East. These ones we're gonna start busting out some like hefty crawlers here. So for this one, I almost think we should just go. We're gonna go with this Trail Raider here. This one, again, not as crazy as we could go, but this is still a very capable crawler. Just gonna wait for those textures to load in. There we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this low, lock all the diffs. Again, I'm gonna get some water real quick before we even start, because yeah, we're about to get into the nitty gritty of the crawl trails. This is where it starts to get technical. This is where the 4-wheel steer buggies are going to come into play and all that. All right, get the water real quick, hit the space pen. We're on our way off to see the wizard. Okay. And I believe could be wrong, but I believe this is Nick's, as far as the creator goes, Nick's 909. Now this one, again, I'm not trying to speed through these, but we do have a lot to get through. So there's some parts that are not necessarily as technical. Okay. I do remember this trail. Now that we kind of came over through this part. I don't know if I've actually fully completed it. I think I rolled. Sure. Definitely getting wedged up in weird ways. Oh man, okay. See, this is where there we go. Oh, we're like right back in that same spot. Go to the right a little more. There we go. Yeah, we almost rolled and went out of bounds, which are those little flags on the side. And if that would have happened, like, we would have had to have restarted. So that's why I need to be kind of on point with this. This one's also a long one. With these free roam ones, you don't necessarily have a, like, they tell you the distance, but you don't have like a checkpoint, you know, counter or anything like that. So you kind of gotta, like, you know, guess how long it'll be, kind of keep track of the distance. Actually, that's a good idea. I might do that real quick in the apps. That's a very good idea. Okay, what would it be? A tachometer, I believe? No, that's not. I forget what that's called. Distance? Odometer. That's what it is, right? There we go. Yeah, odometer. That's what I was looking for. Go bring it. There we go. Okay. Now I'm not gonna have it set up for this one. Just want to make this just a little bigger. Oh, okay. See, this is where it's gonna take a lot of focus to not roll. Basically, I do remember that the end of the course, again, I don't think I've made it to the end, but it is just at the very, very bottom of this. Like I literally rolled right at the end. The time I remember doing this. Okay. Starting to get a little sketchy. I'll say I don't even know how to use this. Whatever. Maybe it's a key binding. Now realizing that after I finish all these, it's gonna take a very long time to edit this into a video. To take every single trail that I did, put it in a video, dub it over. There's so many of these. And each stream's been like at least 2 hours long, if not longer. Oh man. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, this is about where I remember-ish rolling last time. I'm gonna be as careful as possible. There we go. That was pretty good. Okay. There we go. Yeah, this is the furthest I've ever made it, so all this is 100% new to me. Okay, that wasn't as bad as it looked, I'll be honest. Compared to what was going on earlier. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go on to the side here, try to skip all that nonsense. Nice. So 488.5 seconds. I have no clue what that is. Give me a second. So it was a little over 8 minutes. Not bad at all. Now, oh, real quick, I do want to check to see if there is something for the odometer. Huh. There. Well, I guess I don't know how the odometer works. But go back to the map. Go to our crawl trails. So yeah, we're literally just gonna go down the list. Doesn't matter where we are, but we're gonna go to fault line east. Some of them are gonna be reverse of each other, so that was the first one we did. Yes, fault line east will be the next one. And let's see. I want to do something crazy, but not too crazy. A rear steer hopper. I don't think I've used that before. Let me try that. Let's see. I need to find that though. Controls. Where is rear steer? Let's see. Oh, it's just rear steer, so you can't like control it individually. I don't think. Let's see. I'm gonna just double check though. I feel like could be a way to do it. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to bind that. Bind that. I'm gonna do G. Let's see. That's not how that works. Okay, well, I'm not gonna mess around with that any longer. I do still need something. I think we're gonna do this buggy here. There we go. Oh, weird. That's not a great position to start in, to be honest. And that's annoying. Take some penalty points though. There we go. Again, this is gonna be fairly technical, so I'm pretty much only gonna go for like high performance buggies now, unless I know it's not like a technical type trail. There we go. My wheel was kind of getting caught on that rock there. I'm probably just gonna keep both of them in low for now. It's gonna get technical. I know it's not the fastest, but I don't feel like necessarily switching back and forth. I need like, I don't know, figure out a better binding or something. I feel like I should play around with these little like action modifier type things or whatever more. I feel like I could actually probably just get the maybe diffs high and low set to that or something. I don't know why this odometer isn't working either. Because maybe like the car doesn't have one installed, possibly. I don't know how that works. I also completely forgot to look at the distance. Even roughly give me an idea. Doesn't look too much further though. Just, well, I mean, it looks like quite a bit left, but just kind of wraps around, it looks like. Because I'll be honest, this one doesn't actually seem too terribly technical compared to the last ones we were doing. Kind of, yeah. Was that? I don't know how to pronounce the name. Is it ML or is that MI? Oh, visual. But either way, you can lose at the game. It just depends on what you're doing. So like this, for example, if I went out of bounds at all, like those blue flags on the left and right, then yes, I would definitely lose. But it's specific to whatever you're doing. So like these are just crawling trails placed around the map that you can kind of drive up to and start. And then it'll give you like, it'll track it. You have your like little penalty points up in the top left, if you can see that. If you're on landscape, if you're on portrait, you won't be able to. But see, like I just cleared that gate, so I got -2 penalty points. So I'm at 0 penalty points currently. And then once I finish it, it'll give me a time at which I finished it. But again, this isn't about the time per se, it's more about the points. So you'll get points for like any damage or backing up, stuff like that. And then again, you'll get disqualified if you happen to go out of bounds, which almost happened a little bit ago. I almost rolled, and if I would have rolled, like, yeah, I would have ended it right then and there, because I definitely would have rolled out of bounds for sure. But yeah, so far, honestly, this trail, not bad. Our buggy was probably a little overkill for this, but it's better safe than sorry, because I don't have to like restart any of this. But at least we know, I think there's a fault line west or something, so I think it's just the reverse of this. Which if so, then I'll know to do something that's like a little more on the like trail truck side, maybe. But how do you what is your username? Is it MI or ML? Like Mio Visual? Is that what your name is? I want to make sure I get it right. I think this is actually the end right here too, by the way. Let's get fourth. Going wild in this crawler. Yeah, not too much of a technical trail there, but still a good one for sure. Just probably needed oh wait, we're not done. There we go. I got a penalty point for driving backwards, but better than going out of bounds. So this is the end here. Bang. Yeah. So 510. Let's see. So that was 510 divided by 60 comes out to 8.5 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. Let's go ahead, pull up the map here. We just did fault line east. We're gonna do outcrop south. Okay, so this one looks fairly technical. We're gonna do same vehicle, slightly different variant though. Do like this East Coast variant. It looks kind of sick. There we go. 502.8 meters. I do want to see real quick back to this UI app. I'm gonna probably get rid of this because I don't understand how that works. And see if there's any like travel That's what I had though. Distance. I don't know if there's like a. Yeah, I just don't know why this isn't working. There we go. I kind of like that though. Okay. Maelstrom fault line. Oh. That was the next one, right? I believe so. Yeah. Go ahead, get all this. Wait. Which way do I need to head? Yeah, we kind of just started the wrong way, but that's alright. I'm gonna stick real close to this outside there. I think this might have been actually a pretty good choice. Oh, sorry. I just accidentally stepped on my cat. Did not mean to do that. Didn't realize she was sleeping. Alright, let's continue on though. So I like having these super slow, low range. Oh, is there a clutch slipper? Oh, we're in second gear. But yeah, because then you can kind of let the engine braking do the hard work on the descents here. I'm gonna hopefully not roll. Quad Guy Wyatt, thank you for the sub. This is Johnson Valley. I am currently doing the free roam trails. This is Outcrop South, I believe. Yeah, this is a vanilla map. Just go to Johnson Valley, and then when you go to your map, like tab or whatever, you should be able to find it under the crawling trails. It's like the third one down or something. It's Outcrop South. You can definitely give this a go. Thank you for the sub, by the way. I appreciate that. Also, I don't know if you know, but Quad Guy Wyatt, I have this odometer up on the left of my screen, and I don't know why it doesn't track the distance that I've actually traveled. Do I have to like enable it or something? Like I couldn't find a keybind, but yeah, it just says target distance and current distance. I don't know how to get the odometer to work. Oh, we just damaged our second gear. I shifted too fast. Okay, this is another actually pretty steep decline here. So we keep a little bit of throttle, and we can keep the engine doing most of the work here. Keep it nice and slow. Gonna get a penalty point, but definitely gonna have to reverse here. Actually, it didn't give us a penalty point. go. Nice and slow for the descent. I'll shift up in a second though. Alright, here, I'll show you real quick, quad guy Wyatt. So, when you load into Johnson Valley, come up, and then up the top here, you have your map tab. So you'll click that, and then it'll bring you, I don't, if you're on landscape mode, you can see this, but on the left here, you'll have all your challenges. But then there's another tab, and if you click this, it switches it to free roam activities. And under free roam activities, there will be a list of all crawling trails. Hopefully that'll help you. You have to be like loaded in to the map already. If I roll here, I'm gonna be upset, but I think we should be good. Once you're loaded in or whatnot, let me know if you're able to find it. You can also, once you're loaded in, just hit M, and that'll pull up your map. Man, our like diff is getting hold up. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, this one's a good one. And then yeah, just pop into whatever the most capable crawler or whatever, which one you like the most, because this one's getting super technical. I should have turned in a little sooner. Gonna have to reverse. I don't want to risk going out of bounds here. Here we go. All right, later, quad guy Wyatt. Have a good night. Man, this is actually kind of long. Again, it's nice to actually be able to go this slow at the low range because of these descents specifically. Much easier to let the engine do the work than trying to like modulate the brake perfectly. Like right there, that was starting to like ride the line of balance. For the verticality. Right, go up a smidge here. This isn't quite as bad. It's actually a really good shift. It's kind of hard sometimes with these crawlers to get a good shift without damaging the gearbox or making it like super kind of jerky, janky looking. Should be getting close to the end here. Hey, headlights on? No. I just kind of look like they were for a second. Going off that rock. Looks like the end is right up there though. So looks like we're gonna have to be a little careful throughout this part. And then might actually shift this bad boy up. We're about to be cooking. I was scooting. It was such a good video. I got 5th gear tap. Alright. There you go. 6:48. How does that come out to? 10 minutes, actually closer to 11 minutes. Probably could be done faster. That's a pretty slow vehicle. Really, really good for descents. I'm so glad I picked that, to be honest. Oops, I didn't mean to put a marker there. I think I broke. Let's see. There we go. So, okay. I believe this is the last one for this area. Maelstrom. It used to show you like where you were kind of going. It's only 300 meters, so like half the distance of the last one. Ish. Let's see. I know we can get another vehicle similar to that. But to be honest, I kind of want to use this Willys Jeep. This is sick. I believe this is... I don't want to misquote, but I think it's either rough country crawling or one of those BDR, not BDR, but one of them. Go with the comp. This one's loud. Wow. And luckily, okay, so we're just gonna go to the right. Turn down the audio just a touch. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Rough country crawling. One of my favorite Patreons for sure. Tons of incredible mods. All right, this might be. I might have to put a little more thought into my lines because it's a little lower. I feel like the other one was low too. I don't know. I think we should be good. far so good. Pretty technical though. Again, this one theoretically should take less time because it's shorter. Alright, so I'm gonna start trying to put some thought into my lines. Yeah, this thing doesn't have like crazy amounts of flex, like see. I mean, it's still insanely capable, but this isn't a flex machine. This is more of like a really well balanced, like teeter kind of crawler, I guess. This thing is fantastic. You do have leaf springs. Thinking I might just gonna stick to the right here. Yeah. There we go. Didn't even have to reverse. I don't think we've gotten any penalty points, but we're still at 0 penalty points. Don't. Oh, we gotta go up. I see. Well, this thing actually might struggle a little bit. We can get some heat in the tires. It's just that low center of gravity. I might need to again take just a slightly different line. Second gear. There we go. Kind of like a rock bouncer line. See, like that one, it might have been kind of hard for maybe the prior vehicle we were using. I don't know. Didn't really have speed, but maybe the slow technical would have worked. I don't know. Either way, I'm a huge fan of this Jeep though. This thing's super sick. I was gonna just go over those two rocks. That looks like a massive hole. Instead, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get stuck in this one. Oh, this is not good. Okay. I thought the Jeep was just gonna explode or something. Oh, I got stuck. Let's see if we can. There we go. I mean, at this point, we're like stuck. Did pop the front tire, which is an issue. That sucks. This one, yeah, this one's hard. Oh, we lost our tire completely. Well, dang, that sucks. Mobile crawling games, Riley. I think. Let's see. There was one called what was it? Off-Road Outlaws, I believe. I haven't really played it too much. Let me pull it up real quick to see if I can remember. But yeah, one is OTR by Dogbite Games. It's just off-road car driving game, but it's called OTR. That one is really good. Off-Road Outlaws, very good. Trucks Off-Road is very good. That one's by Odd Games. Off-Road Outlaws is by Battle Creek Games. Then if you want to, those are just the free ones, but if you want to spend money, like you don't mind spending money and you want a fantastic game, you can buy Mud Runner. It's $6, but you can buy Mud Runner on mobile. Oh, I'm sorry, I just clicked that again. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I did not mean to quit the game. That was totally a mistake. Let's go ahead and launch that again. Alright, let's go back into free roam and hit Johnson Valley again. I cannot believe I accidentally quit out of the game. Alright, just gonna start the free roam. Okay, that, enable that, then there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so we did, so that's the one we failed on. I believe Ironclad South. These all the same. Yeah, okay. All right. So for this one, actually, I do want to see. Ooh. I need to do that with the camera. Also, I need scale that again. Oh, we should be good. All right. So looks like, yeah, this one doesn't look extremely technical. So I think we'll do maybe like one of these crawlers. There we go. Wait for those textures to load in. This one again is by Nix909. Fantastic Patreon. I'm sorry, what's CPM, Riley? I might know it, I just don't know if I'm familiar with the acronym. Alright. Okay, controller's good. We're gonna go ahead and do that and start. Again, this one's actually a pretty capable crawler. I think even this one would have struggled on the last one we did. To be honest. That one I feel like four-wheel steer wasn't necessarily required, but man, there were some massive holes to get stuck in. We were already riding our luck with how many times we got wedged in between the rocks. I don't know what it is, but the look of these tires are so nice. Looks so good. I don't think I've played car parking multiplayer. I don't even necessarily know what that is, to be honest. What is it? Man, that's a terrible line. I don't know why I'm doing that. There we go. Speed it up just a touch though. Stream's almost like 2 hours long. There we go, 153, so that's like 2.5 minutes ish off the top of my head. Not bad at all. Then let's see what we got next. I don't mean to do a thing there, but okay, so so yeah. Quick travel here. Now, for this one, does it show us? This one, it just shows the same routes. I don't actually know. I think we'll just pick another similar crawler. I can't imagine it being too much more technical unless it goes off that way, but I know that's wrong because I accidentally set a waypoint. I'm gonna do one of these. Yeah. I need to remove that waypoint though, it's gonna bug me. Alright, where is... behind me. Okay, yeah, this actually doesn't look too bad. You know what though? I'm just gonna flip the truck around. I don't want to deal with any of that. Then I'm gonna go ahead, cut that off. There we go. Okay, yeah, I'll have to look into it. So it's just like a fun kind of like multiplayer, like almost party game kind of thing. All right, this doesn't look too technical. But with that being said, we still need to be careful. I don't think we broke anything, but didn't sound great. Okay, this is getting fairly steep. Crawling itself doesn't seem to be too technical again yet, but assuming, okay, gotta turn around here. Stuck again. Yeah, we are like properly high centered. There we go. Okay. That was not ideal, but it doesn't seem like we ruined anything at least. Definitely take a better angle for this. There we go. We gotta go to the right, I see. That climb was probably the most technical part. That was fun. I think we're nearing the end here, though. Alright, I think this is the end. There we go. 2:35, so that would be like 4 minutes almost, right under. Nice, not bad at all. Okay. Keep scrolling way too fast. This is the one that I need to redo. We're gonna do Rampart South. Oh man, we've got so many. I might have to do a part 2 for this because, yeah, we've got a lot to go. This stream just hit over 2 hours. I might have to do, like, this be the part 1, and then we have the part 2 coming up. However, I am still gonna do this Ventifact North. Since we didn't do it the first time, I'm gonna make sure to do it this time, and we're gonna get in a proper buggy here. I'm gonna make sure everything's already set to low. All right. Yeah, and I'm gonna get a sip of water for this one. Okay. Another quick sip of water. Now this, we should have no issues. Yo, quad guy Wyatt, what up? I'm just finishing up this this last trail. I was not able to complete it earlier, and we were in a pretty capable rig, but I got a 4-wheel steer buggy loaded up. So I don't think it was the one you left on. I think it was the one after. But this one's called Ventifact North, I believe. But then after that, I'm probably gonna end the stream after I complete this one, and then next week I'm gonna do a part 2 because there are just so many trails at Johnson Valley. Like this has been, yeah, like 2 hours worth of pretty much just straight trail crawling in Johnson Valley. There's so much to explore here. Again, there shouldn't be much of an issue with this buggy because what took us out the first time was there was a section. Oh, it's actually, yeah, coming up here a little bit. But yeah, there's just a bunch of massive holes, and we got our wheels stuck in multiple of them. And to be honest, our car should have exploded way sooner because of how we had it wedged in there, but it was the tire that went, unfortunately. And then it just broke off. I was going to continue. I don't know how close we were to the end, but this climb, I don't think should be an issue for this buggy. Yeah. Nothing. our tires weren't even particularly warm at all. But this is where we really started to get in trouble. So initially I was going to take that line, but then that was just a massive hole. So then I decided to take this line, but then our wheel got stuck in that massive hole. But now we have four-wheel steer, so if anything starts to get stuck, we should be able to just burn out of it. Hopefully. Okay. I probably should have taken a different line. Yeah, this is basically exactly what happened. Alright. I'm just not even gonna deal with it. I'm just gonna restart. That sounds bright up here, actually. You have that enabled. Alright. Probably just a time of day. Yo, Chevy 5-speed, what up? If I remember correctly, I believe you were in one of my last streams. Alright. Again, starting to get up to the kind of technical part. I don't know why I went and took the same line and just let my rear drop into that hole again, but okay. Here we go. Also, I still don't know why my odometer isn't working. If anybody could explain that to me, that would be fantastic. Alright, all we have to do is this quick hill climb, and then we are back to where we need to be. Oh yeah, he's sending it. Here we go. Try to not do exactly the same thing. Okay. So I'm thinking when I come more to the left here, try to let. Oh, okay, and that kind of works. Take it. Yeah, fantastic. Much better line. Unfortunately, Chevy 5-speed, you have come towards the end of the stream. I'm gonna finish up this. Whoa, don't roll. I'm gonna finish up this trail here, and then I'm gonna do a part 2 to finish up the rest of them next week, because yeah, I did not anticipate how many trails there really were. little hung up, kicking the rear steer there. There we go. 2:48, so like, yeah, a little over 2 minutes. Not bad at all. Again, I'm gonna wrap up the stream here because, yeah, I have been streaming for over 2 hours and there is way more trails to go. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Again, thank you for watching the stream. Part 2 will be next week, and then I'm gonna try to work this into full video with all the trails from the vanilla map, or the vanilla game on all the maps. So thank you again for checking out the stream, everyone, for popping into chat. Appreciate it, and until the next one.